Hello, welcome to Getting Started with Principles of Finance for Fall 2020. So it's important to watch this video to the very end because I'm going to give a lot of helpful hints, suggestions, and information in this video that's going to make it much easier for you to complete this course and get a good grade. So please watch until the end. Now, the first thing I want to go over is announcements. So announcements, I've already posted a number of very important announcements. The first one being a suggested list of how to get started with this course. And watching this video, I'll step you through this list. And the first one is to review Blackboard and read over all announcements. So the first important announcement is about My Finance Lab, which is a homework manager and e-textbook. So together, you buy the homework manager, it comes with the e-textbook. I believe the cost is about $99. And you follow these instructions. And this, most importantly, is the course ID for the course. They're going to ask you about this course ID later, and you're going to need this. And remember, when you register, please use the same first and last name that you have for Blackboard, for Solar. Don't make up any nicknames, any names you want people to call you. So, for example, a lot of students come to school and they may try to shorten their name or change their first name. Don't do that when you sign up for the homework manager. Keep it identical to Blackboard. That way there'll be no confusion when I'm adding grades to the homework manager or posting your final grade on the Solar system. So just keep that in mind. Now, to go over this, since we're on this announcement, it's very easy to get to the homework manager. I've made a menu button called My Finance Lab and e-book. So you click on this, and it'll automatically take you to the Pearson homework manager, which I call My Finance Lab. So when you're here, you're going to register as a student. So you click on student, and you're going to need your email, your instructor's course ID. Remember, this is, I gave you the course ID right here, and some sort of payment way to pay them. So when you click OK to register, you're going to now put in the class code I showed you, click on continue, and then you're going to you can either create a username or password. You can sign in with an existing account, or you can create a new account. And you'll make sure that it says Fall 2020 Nugent here for your course. Now, keep in mind that I'm making this video for two separate courses that are online. So make sure you check Blackboard so you get the identical course ID that's associated with your class. Okay, so let's move back up here. So after this homework manager and ebook, we also have, I want to let you know, if you have any problems with Pearson, some technical problems, I can't solve technical problems with Pearson. You can't log in, you forget your password, the site's down, there's a problem with submitting your homework, there's an error in the website, you have to contact Pearson support. You have a problem with paying and completing your transaction. The most common problem with Pearson that I've found that students have is if they register for the Finance Lab as a temporary account and later try to pay for it, make it a permanent account, usually that messes things up. So I would say try not to set up a temporary account. Go for the direct permanent account. That generally will prevent you from having issues, because in the past, students who've signed up for temporary accounts, I've had a hard time because they're not visible to me. So I can't see your work, I can't see that you're part of the class, so be careful with that. Again, Pearson support will help with most of those problems with the homework manager, if you have any. Now, I've also made an announcement for when the midterm and final is. This is the #1 question. I get an email form during the class at all different points in the class. When is the midterm? When is the final? So I put a special midterm and final announcement. And I also have laid out a course schedule with week dates. So we have a date for for each of the weeks are starting, and the chapters that are going to be covered, including the midterm and the final. So you have that all squared away. And then I have directions on an assignment called a Zoom simulation. So the Zoom simulation, if you go up here, there is a tab called Zoom Simulation. It has nothing to do with the conferencing tool. This is a separate business financial simulation that we're going to be working on in the classroom. So if you click on this Zoom Simulation tool, it's going to bring you right over to their website, and then you can register by clicking here. Click on Student. You will fill out the student registration form, your first name, last name. Again, use the first name and last name that you have associated with Blackboard and Solar, so I know who you are when I'm updating the grades. And then once you complete the registration, there's a payment, class selection, and then team selection. So class selection, let me go back here to the announcement. So the class selection is going to be fall 2020. That's our class selection for the Zoom. And I've broken this up into two parts, okay? So here's the website to connect to Zoom and the class code. The total assignment is 40 points. I have a video to help you get started with the course, and I'll be posting videos throughout the class to help you move through the different rounds. So part one is going to be solo practice. So when you log in, you're going to have two choices, either solo practice or team competition. So in the beginning, I want you to work on the solo practice. So the solo practice will be 20 points. You have to complete 6 rounds of the solo practice, round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not round 1 6 times. Complete it to round 6 when this practice round is done and earn over 1,500 points, which is a very low bar. And that's due by September 27th. Part 2 will be a team competition. So this doesn't start until the first round of the team competition is October 1st is when it's due. So you have some time. And I'm not going to set up teams until the after airdrop period. So I'm going to wait for a few weeks of class. Then I will post the team assignments on Blackboard by September 7th. And then I'll also give you instructions on how to view your team and how to sign up for your team on the simulation. And to earn the final 20 points of the total 40 points, you have to score over 2,500 in the team competition. If you score less than 2,500, you earn only 15, 10, or 5 of these 20 points. And here's the schedule for the simulation rounds from October 1st to November 5th. We'll be doing 6 rounds, 1 round a week for those 6 weeks. Okay, and as well as you know, there'll be no late assignments accepted, so I'm not going to accept any late assignments. And for your course grade is your course grade. Please don't ask me to round your grade up. To give you a C when you failed the class, just so you can graduate. These things I'm just not going to respond to. Just to let you know ahead of time. So those are the important announcements you should read over, be familiar with that. Now let's go to the syllabus, which is the next step. You should read over the syllabus. So I'm just going to go back to that. So the syllabus will just give you an overall overview of the course and the main contents of the course, the textbook, the software, the learning goals, the course requirements, the grading for the course. So the Zoom simulation is 40 points. The textbook questions and problems are 60 points. The test 1 and test 2 are both 50 points for a total of 200 points for the class. Divide your points by 2 and you'll get your letter grade. Here's the weekly schedule and then a few additional critical pieces of information that's on every syllabus. Okay, so this, take your time to read it over when you have some time, the syllabus for the course. Now, the class videos, so I've pre-recorded and I've been working on the class videos. If you click this menu button, class videos, it'll bring you over to YouTube, and I have a playlist set up for Fall Business 330, Fall 2020, and I have the lectures in order of the chapters. So you'll see we start with the lecture from Chapter 1, then there's some Excel examples from Chapter 1, Part 1 and Part 2, then we go into Chapter 2. So they're all in order of the chapters, and I'm following the numeric order in the course, going from Chapter 1 up into Chapter 10 in order. So all the videos are laid out here. It's just in a logical order of how the class will be laid out. And I do suggest that you subscribe to the channel, so that way if I do post any new videos in that playlist, you'll get a notification that I've posted a new video. Okay, so make it very simple and easy to find the video lectures for this course. And since they're on YouTube, you can play them on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, your laptop, wherever you want. Okay, now let's go back. Let's revisit My Finance Lab in ebook. So when you click on here, you're going to come over to the registration. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once you register. Okay, so once you registered for the class, you get into the homework manager here, and the homework manager will, let's see if I can make this a little bigger. The homework manager, you go to the course home, they'll give you a little calendar. If you scroll through the calendar, it'll give you the dates when the assignments are due, and tell you what chapters are due, so it's very easy to organize your time and see when things are due. And they could be various dates when assignments are due. So you might want to check that. I find it's easier just to go right to assignments, and it's going to list the due dates right here in a row. So homework 1 through 10, the due dates. So the first, I give a couple weeks for add drop. So homework chapter 1 and 2 are due on the same day. And then after that, every week after that, a homework is due, except for Thanksgiving week. Let's go back. So this would be, so the assignments, these are the homeworks. You could also, when you're ready to take a quiz or a test, they'll be up here. They're not going to be viewable until the test date. Now, we also have the Pearson ebook you can go into. So, and when you view the ebook, give it a second for that to open up. This is where you can do the readings for the course. And the ebook also includes little videos as well as the chapters progress. So you can kind of go here. There's some tools in here. Let's go to chapter 1. And, so when you can click on various points in the book, and as you're scrolling through, you'll see that they will, let's see if I can find one. They'll embed some videos. So you can watch a video here, which is a quick synopsis of some calculations. So there are some embedded for each chapter. You find these little example videos on some of the problems and some of the work during the class that they'll go over. And you can play these, and so help with some of the more difficult concepts. So it's not only just an e-textbook, they also have these embedded videos that help reinforce the concepts in the course. Okay, so that's pretty much what you need to know about the homework manager. You have your assignments are broken down by assignments, homeworks, and tests. And then you have your e-textbook when you're ready to work with that. Okay, so go back to the course. We have the Zoom simulation, which I showed you before. You're going to register for that. And I'll make another video for this that I'll discuss when we're closer to getting started with the team competition. I'll show you how the groups work. And we have a special group button here where I'm going to place you into groups on Blackboard so you can easily see who's in your group, what their email address is, and have a dedicated space where you can save files or chat back and forth on Blackboard. So I'll make a separate video for that when we're ready to start the team competition in the Zoom simulation. Right now you can sign up and begin the solo rounds, and I do have a video attached to the assignment under announcements that shows you how to get started with that Zoom simulation. And then I also have documents here. So in documents, I have the PowerPoints for the chapters. I have the chapter Excel examples that I put together. These are not assignments. They're just examples of blank Excel files I put together for work that follows along with Excel in the textbook and in the lectures. And I also have the answer keys. You'll see down here will be the answer keys to these. So if you want to see how I completed the answers and the formulas I use, you can use those answer keys. We have discussions set up. So discussions, this is where there's going to be a forum where you can ask the TA questions for help. So you can click in here, you can click on subscribe, and then you can create a thread to ask the TA questions about the course. And then the TA will respond to you as needed. You can also use that other student, if it's a simple enough question, I try to pop in there once in a while, answer some questions or back and forth. So you have that this available to you if you have questions about the homeworks. This could be useful. And of course, we have the groups, which aren't set up yet, but I'm going to be setting up the groups so you know what simulation team you're on and who to contact. And of course, you have my grades here. Okay, so that's this course in a nutshell, as they say. I wish you the best of luck with the course. And again, get started by reading over the announcements and following this list of suggestions to get started. And you can begin the class early if you like. By start working on some of the homeworks and reading the textbook. That's up to you. I wish you well and take care.